Hello, I'm Camille, the body interpreter, and this is a video to help with strength for lower backs. So first of all, let's start on all fours. And so we're just finding this nice position where the knees are below the hips, the hands are below the shoulders, and it's almost like you've got a broomstick along your back. So there's not too much of a curve and we're not hunched over. There's just a nice long spine there. And then just seeing how you go, just gently drawing in from the lower belly there, and then just hovering the knees above the ground and then coming back down again. So if that's too much of a strain, just go 50%. So almost like if your knees were on scales, they'd go to half their weight and then back down again. Remembering just to keep the back of the neck long the whole time that we're doing this. So keeping the spine fairly neutral, keeping the lower belly slightly activated, and just hovering the knees and then coming straight back down again. So it's like a wave, so we're not necessarily pausing in any position. It's just slowly up, reach the top, and then slowly down again. And you'll notice that your shoulders are having to work for this as well, which is good. Good benefit. So just gently doing a few hovers here. Slow and steady. Remembering to breathe and really remembering to draw in the lower belly. If the lower belly is starting to flare out, then you're probably straining too hard. 2 to go. And 2. And then just coming down into more of a plank position. So you can choose which is right for you out of a fully extended plank or on your knees. So a plank on your knees. Alrighty. So we're just coming into this position, or the fully extended plank, holding there, keeping your butt tucked under, hips off the floor, and then just extending one hand and back. Extending the other hand and back. Just alternating and back. Remember to breathe. Try not to roll too far to the side. And one more each side. Beautiful. And then just coming down to the floor, have a little rest. And then you can just come on over to your side, onto your elbow. And this is just going to be a gentle side plank. So it's a bit of a hold. So we're holding. Once again, you can take it down onto the knees to make it a bit easier. Or if you're feeling game, extending your whole body and lifting up, and then just coming down to rest. And then bringing the whole body up, and if you'd like a little extra challenge, see if you can lift that leg and arm and just balance. And then gently coming down. So it's important to imagine you're in between two panes of glass. Your body's staying nice and long. And coming down again. We'll just do 2 more. Pushing up, and down, and last one, and down. Okay, and then just doing them on the other side. So finding long position of the spine and the body, selecting whether you're going to be propping up on your knees or on your feet, and then we'll come up, and coming down. Coming up, hold that position. Bring your foot and arm up if you're strong enough. And then coming down again. Pushing up. And then down. And again. And down. And last one. And slowly coming back. Alrighty. Now just turning onto your back and lying back down. So we want to imagine the lower back. It's got a slight curve in it, but it's not arching. So that's too much space there. It's like enough space to maybe hold a grape down to the floor, but we don't want to squash it and compress it. So it's a nice neutral position of the lower back. Sometimes even just to put a hand towel rolled up in there will just help to maintain the healthy position. And then it's just knees to 90 degrees, hands straight up in the air, and then the same hand as the knee go down at the same time, maintaining the lower back position. So try and keep the belly fairly flat. If the belly doesn't stay flat, if it's popping out, just make the movement a bit smaller. So you might go diagonal like this. Remember to breathe, keep the back of the neck long. Slow and controlled. Just keep checking in. What's your belly doing? Is it doming up? Mine wants to because I just had lunch. So it's not a good idea to do this straight after a meal. Do as I say, not as I do, okay? Whoop. And a couple more. Making sure you're even on both sides. So you really don't need to do a lot of reps to get a change. If you're noticing that your back is starting to arch or it's hurting, then you're probably pushing a little bit fast still. So sometimes even just coming up into this position and doing a little bit of a dead bug kind of movement is enough to work your abdominal muscles and get that positive effect on your back. So the last exercise we're going to do is bridges. So you want to bring your heels quite close to your butt. If your heels are far out, it'll just be working on your hamstrings, which is fine in some situations, but in this situation we want heels in close because then we're going to be using the hip muscles a lot more. Alrighty, so nice neutral spine, heels in close, thighs parallel, and you don't need to do any tucking or arching or anything here, just stay neutral once again. And then just slowly lifting up and gently coming back down again. So this is a lot easier on the back. If you find that this is aggravating, you might just initiate the movement and then come back down again. You don't have to go far. You really want to be pressing up within your own comfortable range and back down. Really notice these muscles here working. Even consciously work to activate them a little bit extra. So you can do this exercise for a few minutes. It's really nice to get all the muscles along the back working well together. And if you'd like a little extra challenge, when you reach the top, just hold there and see if you can extend a leg while keeping the hips up. Bring the leg down and then back to the beginning. So you're coming up on the other side. You want to keep really level across here as though there's a spirit level there. And then return the foot, slowly coming back down. Pressing up, extend. If there's any twisting going on in the pelvis, don't do the leg extension. You could just come up, watch that that's level, lift the foot, and then come down. Or, one level down from that is just lifting the heel of the foot. So you might see it a bit better if I do it with the front one. So that's just changing our weight distribution a little bit. So lots of variations on this one according to where you're at. But probably the heaviest one would be the press up, extend, down, keeping level across the hips. And then up, extend, and down. So just choosing what feels good for you today. Listening to your body. Excellent. And just one more each side, or two more if you're doing both legs. Beautiful. and then coming back to center. So that's some simple strengthening exercise you can do for your lower back at home. Obviously, another level of strengthening is going to the gym and shifting weights, working with a trainer or an exercise physiologist. So these are just easy things that you can do at home, but if you wanted to get really strong, I would recommend that you work with somebody to do that in the gym. Alrighty, well thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful, and I look forward to seeing you soon.